Can you believe that's so long? 39 years.
Did you notice that nobody went, oh,
Really?
I'm surprised.
No. No.
39 years, that's
39
longer than all my marriages put together.
And that's a lot of marriages, believe me. And I just thought it was extraordinary because it was the fact, it's not extraordinary that he's come out or, you know, there've obviously been lots of rumours about him. Glad that he's very happy. But the fact he was worried about saying it for fear of disappointing people, and I think his fans particularly.
Yeah.
And I thought, surely we've got past that, haven't we?
Yes.
Being disappointed when someone says they're gay.
Often, maybe he thought it would affect his relationship with his fans and affect his record sales. But, you know, if you look at someone like Elton John, when he came out, that didn't affect his record sales. Although, looking at someone like Rupert Everett, who was such a successful actor and, you know, early on in his career, and then when he came out, he always said that absolutely wrecked his career in Hollywood, and he was typecast after that. So you can see perhaps...
So what his leading man potential went.
Yes.
I think it's a throwback to the old Hollywood days where they would say, you know, don't talk about being in a relationship, you know, make it out that you're single, because big fans, whether it's Barry Manilow or whoever, even Neil Diamond when he wasn't married, they go, oh, maybe it could be me, because it sort of makes them available in that fantasy world.
Well, it's the same now, actually, with
well,
young boy bands.
Much now.
Well, I think with young boy bands is that they don't, you know, I don't think anybody says, you know, you must never say it, but they kind of don't, because all their girl fans, you know, all the girls that are buying the records and putting the posters on the wall always have that, like, one day I could be married to whoever. So, you know, it's kind of still goes on in a way.
I think also young women have been quicker to come out or say they're bisexual than young boys have, because if you look at someone like Miley Cyrus, for example, or Cara Delevingne, the model, you know, they've said, oh, well, they're sexually fluid or whatever, and they've been much more upfront about it. But then if you look at some sporting stars, where are the gay golfers who are men? Where are the gay tennis players who are men? Whereas women have come out and have said, you know, I'm proud of my sexuality.
But you're right,
but there's a certain reticence still.
Sandy Toksvig, for example, you're talking about women coming out. I mean, 30 years ago she came out and then went on to have children at a time when a lesbian relationship wasn't really regarded as being spot on.
Yeah, I think it was brave and trailblazing, but that's why I find the whole thing with Barry Manilow a bit weird,
I know,
isn't it?
But it must be a relief, like a weight off his shoulder after all those years to be able to come out. But the older generation do, like, well, my mum in particular found it quite difficult because she used to have a counsellor that came round to her because of her dementia and that, and she got on with him like a house on fire, and then one day he told her he was gay. So, and then he invited her out for lunch with his boyfriend. She went to me, I can't go. I said, why not? She went, because they're gay, I won't know what to talk to them about. You just talk to them about what you normally talk to them about. She went, but I said, they're not going to talk about sex or anything to your mum, they're just going to buy you lunch and have a nice little chat with you. But for some reason, she was scared. She didn't know what they were going to say to her.
But you know, Linda, I was looking up this morning. In 1982, up until 1982 in Northern Ireland, it was still illegal to be gay. I mean, that's frightening to look back now. It's a relatively short time. And so people could go into prison, so obviously they hid it. I personally think now that, and definitely as people get older, like Barry, you just think, so what? I mean, I think...
Well, listen, he's not the oldest, is he? Because very recently, Peter Davis, do you remember that he was a World War II veteran? He was married for years. He's 90 years old. And after his wife died, he said, I finally can come out and say that, you know, that I've always wanted to be a woman. And he has now begun hormone treatment, and he's now called Patricia. There he is. Well, she is.
Fantastic.
Should I say she is, Patricia, 90 years old, now just being the person that she's always wanted to be.
Never too late.
That's quite sweet in a way, isn't it?
Absolutely.